What's up everybody, it's your boy Miguel from Tech Flash back again with another video, and today we have Honor's most recent flagship phone, the Honor Magic 4 Pro. But before we get into the phone, let's talk a bit about the company. Now everyone knows that Huawei is having a hard time manufacturing and marketing its flagship phones, and as a result, Honor broke away from Huawei and became an independent brand, at least superficially. This allowed Honor phones to be readily available and also have full Google software support. The Magic 4 Pro is perhaps the first Honor phone that I am reviewing on this channel as well ever since Huawei parted ways. Now, although the specs of the Magic 4 Pro are nothing less than flagship, this phone isn't actually considered a full flagship. In fact, it falls just below that in the sub-flagship category. Talking about the build quality and the design of the Magic 4 Pro, the phone, at least from the back, is pretty familiar to us, with the camera model dead in the middle with a circle seam with some of its predecessors, which Honor calls the Eye of Moose, whatever that's supposed to mean. The symmetrical design is not common on other phones, so you can tell immediately that you are using an Honor phone. The phone we have today comes in this cyan color, which I think is the best looking of the bunch, and it also comes in a gold and black color. Of course, to keep it beautiful, you do have to wipe it very often because it is a fingerprint magnet. The version that we have today in hand comes with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage. The top and the bottom of the phone are flat, and we also have the SIM card here at the bottom alongside the USB-C port and the stereo speaker. We also have an IR blaster, an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, and I'm also happy to report IP68 dust and water resistance. NFC is also built in, but it does not have a headphone jack. Unlike Huawei, all Google mobile services are available on the Magic Pro 4. So far, it looks promising with an awesome design and all the available features that we're looking for. So it seems like Honor is on the right track to what a flagship phone should look like. On the display side of things, the Magic Pro 4 uses a 6.8-inch quad curved display which supports 120 refresh rate, which is fully variable and can drop down to 10 Hz where smooth scrolling is not needed. Although the resolution does not reach WQHD+, it is sharper than Full HD Plus of other phones, and while it's not a screen supplied by Samsung, its performance is compared to Samsung's panel. In my opinion, some aspects are even better than what Samsung has done. One very important factor when it comes to the display is that there are not a lot of smartphones that support LTPO 2.0. Most phones with low frequency PWM dimming at low brightnesses will make people with sensitive eyes feel very uncomfortable. But the Magic 4 Pro screen supports 1920 Hz high frequency PWM dimming, which will not make the display worse like DC dimming, but actually provide more eye protection than low frequency PWC dimming with less power consumption at the same time. Talking about the performance, the Magic 4 Pro has Snapdragon's 8th Gen 1 5G chip. Previously, Honor had been coming in with Kirin chips, which were being provided by Huawei, but I think Honor made a very good decision here by going with Snapdragon. Also, the chip shortage might have forced Honor to take this route anyway. We ran some benchmark tests, and the Magic Pro 4 was just as good as other phones rocking the 8th Gen 1 processor from other brands. On a single core Geekbench 5 test, the Magic 4 Pro scored 1,181 points and 3,186 on multi-core. For comparison's sake, the Galaxy S22 Ultra scored 1,240 points on a single core and 3,392 points on multi-core with Snapdragon's 8th Gen 1 processor. So they're pretty similar to each other when it comes to performance, and the slight difference you may see will be because of the RAM factor, where the S22 Ultra that we tested had 16 gigs of RAM and the Magic 4 Pro with half of that at 8 gigs. The Magic 4 Pro also has a feature called GPU Turbo X, which helps in mobile gaming. What it does is that it enables the phone to keep high quality display at lower energy consumptions simultaneously. The frame rate boost technology and consumption adjustment ability can significantly lower energy consumptions and enhance the battery life, which improves the gaming experience. Now, coming to the main and most prominent feature of the phone, which is the camera. When you see this huge camera model, you know immediately that the Magic 4 Pro's specialty is taking pictures. Although I should mention that not all 5 of the lenses are primary. We have one main 50 megapixel primary, a second 51 megapixel ultra wide angle, and a third 3.5 times zoom 64 megapixel camera. What really blew us away was the Magic4 Pro's image processing algorithm. The preview scenes do not do justice to the actual picture that you later see once it's snapped. It's literally like magic, which is probably where the phone got its name from. We saw the same effect on the telephoto camera as well. Even if you zoom in 5 to 10 times or more, you can still get a good quality picture through the algorithm. Low lighting photography was also particularly good. Even if you are not in a well-lit area, there is a dedicated night mode here, and the algorithm was able to optimize the photos. And although there is no optical image stabilization, even then the phone performed well with no problems under shaky conditions. Overall, the camera has excellent performance and will for sure satisfy those who buy the Magic4 Pro for its camera, or those who are keen on mobile photography. I think this is one of the most correct directions for mobile photography that Honor is taking. The front camera is no joke either. We have a 12 megapixel 2.4 camera which has a 100-degree smart field of view, which is also capable of shooting 4K video. Embedded into it is a 3D depth sensor, which is also used for Face ID. On the battery side of things, the Magic4 Pro supports 100 watts wire charging, but you have to keep in mind that this only supports 100 watts when using Honor's supercharged charger and cable. It also supports 50 watts wireless charging, and wire charging takes around 15 minutes to charge up to 60% and takes 30 minutes if you want to go to 100%. The Magic4 Pro's battery capacity is around 4600 milliamperes, which is a little less than the usual 5000 milliamperes that we're normally used to, but it's enough considering that the phone is really efficient in managing energy. While doing some tests, it did pretty much the same like any other 8th Gen 1 phone, so it's not really something super impressive, but it is good enough. Coming down to the price, which is something that kind of confused me a little bit because in my opinion, it seemed a little overpriced. It may not seem to you the same way, but depending on how you look at it, you are getting flagship features, but in reality, the phone falls under the sub-flagship category. So keeping that in mind, the Magic4 Pro comes in at around 4,000 dirhams, which is the price mentioned on the official Honor website. In US dollars, that comes in at around $1,100. Now, if you start comparing it with other phones, you'll see what I mean. Samsung's S22 Ultra with 128 gigs storage is available at just 300 dirhams more. At 400 dirhams more, you're getting a bundle which includes the Galaxy Buds Pro, 1 year of Microsoft 365 personal subscription, and 1 year of Samsung Care Plus. For around 300 dirhams more, you can also get your hands on an iPhone 13 Pro with 256 gigs of internal storage. So for around 4,300 dirhams, you can actually get an iPhone 13 Pro with 256 gigs of storage. And that most likely will have just about as good of a camera or even a better camera and a much faster A15 processor. And finally, for 600 dirhams less, you can get the regular S22 with 256 gigs of internal storage with the exact same bundle that I mentioned previously. And finally, perhaps the most important factor of all, if you do opt for the Honor, you are only getting 2 years worth of software updates. Samsung will give you 4 and Apple will likely give you more than 5 years. So I'll let you be the judge of whether the Magic4 Pro is overpriced or if it actually gives you value for your money. Nevertheless, it is a great phone, it is a unique phone, it is a beautiful phone, and it does give you as many features as any flagship Android phone out there. Anyways, that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of the Magic4 Pro. Would you consider buying this phone, or would you go with the likes of a slightly more expensive Galaxy S22 Ultra or a iPhone 13 Pro? Let me know down in the comments below, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.